Hey guys, we are on our way to race week. Right now we are currently in Tennessee. We're actually on day 2. We left kind of late yesterday. I had to work, so we didn't leave until about 5:30. Drove through the night. We stopped. Where did we stop? In Crossville? Was it Crossville, Tennessee? Sure, whatever. So we've been driving for a little bit. There was a nasty accident on 40, so we were kind of sitting there for a while. But we are through the mountains and we are trucking along. And right now we're just trying to get through the, how many hours left? 10 hours and 42 minutes plus stops to get to our destination in Purcell. We are staying there for a couple of days because there was no extra rooms. I messed up, basically, closer to the track. So we are on our way, and hopefully it will be uneventful.
The warranty division. Can you please verify the year, make, and model of your vehicle so I can pull up your file?
1974 AMC Gremlin.
Is that the only vehicle you drive?
No.
We're moving.
No, we're not.
Well, Google says to merge. And the saga continues. What's that, a tire in the middle of the road? Why is it there? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Now what?
I think I'm going to cry. That's going to be the first step. After that, I have no idea. Literally 20 minutes after you said, hopefully it's going to be uneventful, we have an event.
My fault. Why am I in my car, you ask? It's because we needed to take weight off the back, so drive with one wheel on the passenger side, essentially, of the trailer, so we could bring it to a repair shop and hope that they have the parts in stock to fix it. I think it's the bearing and the brake kit and this and that. So
take the next right onto Lebanon Pike.
We'll be back and see how good we make out. Wish us luck.
To make a long story short, as some of you may remember, when we left Great Bend for Rocky Mountain Race Week, I had a woman cut in front of me and I had to jump a curb and get into a parking lot to avoid hitting her, and we bent this wheel on the trailer, which is actually the same axle and the same wheel that fell off the trailer just now. We took it over to a repair shop. They told me that the front axle was bent, must have happened in that impact. The axle behind it was also bent. Getting both axles here would have been about $1,500 each axle plus labor, and would take 4 to 6 weeks, as we were told. So instead of trying to mess with that, we decided to give up. We sold the trailer, and we were just going to convoy it back out to race week and just be done with it.
It's been real. Trailer is at its new home. Backed into its new little cubby here. Let me see. So, back to go get my car and the trailer. Switch it over so that way Jared can take the trailer, the little trailer, so that way it's not putting any added stress on my car. And then it's convoying till about probably, I don't know, about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning we'll probably wind up getting in. So, yay. So, hey there.
Talking to me?
Hey, yeah.
What's up? What can I do for you right now? What else can I do?
You could tow a trailer for me.
I'm gonna tow a trailer for you. I've been towing a trailer for you this whole damn time.
I know.
2-inch ball.
So, plan is we're just gonna kind of drive until we can't drive no more.
I guess the problem is now normally part of your co-piloting duties is to find hotels when we are not going to drive anymore. But now you're piloting, not co-piloting. So things are going to be tricky. I'm going to get that.
Okay.
Alright guys, now I'm here by myself in my truck. Passenger seat's empty. Don't yell at me for using the phone. There's nobody out here. It's 11 o'clock at night. We're still driving. I'm by myself. Sharon's by herself. I think my sunglasses just went flying. We're doing well here. So we're going to try to do this whole Ironman race week thing, which a lot of people do, but we never have, which is, you know, drive 1,000 miles to get there, drive 1,200 miles, then drive 1,300 miles home. The only good news is that I'm towing the trailer behind my truck, so Sharon doesn't have to tow that there. But the biggest problem we have right now is that with the trailer and Sharon's car and everything loaded on the way out to race week, and when we're driving, we get about 350 to 400 miles for a tank of fuel. Sharon's car doesn't get that. We've been getting about 180 to 200 miles out of a tank of fuel. So that means we're going to be doing twice as many fuel stops. Right now, the GPS puts us into town at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to make for a very long day. But we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on trucking, and we're going to make it there one way or the other.
How cool is this? Driving over the Mississippi River into Arkansas or Arkansas, whichever you prefer, just past downtown Memphis. Pretty. You ever wonder what it's like to see your butt from another person's point of view? It's kind of the same thing. I never get to see my trailer on the back of things. Not that I prefer it this way. I'd rather be in the truck. But I'm in my car, Jared's in his truck. We're making things work. Race week or bust. Oh, yep, there it is. Probably can't see it because it's kind of small, but we are officially in Oklahoma. Anyway, I think the sign said 183 miles to Oklahoma City, so I think we have about 3 more hours till we get to our hotel, give or take. I will have to make one more stop of fuel because right now it's saying about 154 miles, so one more stop is going to happen, and then we can finally stop driving for a little bit anyway. More to come.
All right, so we are heading off to the track. When I say we, I mean I'm by myself. Just stopped at the gas station, picked up some E85, ice, you know, the usual stuff that we're going to pick up for a track day. Unfortunately, Sharon's got a little bit too much gas in the car, so she's out driving around trying to get rid of the 91 gas that's in the car so that we can make runs on, you know, pretty much street E85. Being that we had to drive the car here and didn't get to tow it here, we had to change the plan a bit. But she's doing that, and I'm gonna go to the track, get everything set up so that when she gets there, I can real quick change tires, get the car cooled down, and we can make some hits tonight. All right, here we go. First run. Ethanol content isn't as high as we would like. It's only about 50. Normally we run almost 72, 74, sometimes 79. So I'm gonna go real light and put it on the 15-degree tune-up of, you know, timing, so see if I have any spark knock, because we don't have as much ethanol as we usually do. If it takes it, then we're gonna up the timing back up to the 17-degree tune, and then I may get froggy and play with it myself a little bit later on that. But first rip coming up. There are many things in my life that I do not know. But one thing I know is that you're not going to tell me that that felt good.
It felt, I don't know if I spun or what, but you see my ass end kick out halfway down the track?
No.
At least it felt that way. So I don't know if the track prepped it or if I spun tires or whatever. I'll have to look at the log, but I got squarely halfway down the track.
Did you lift?
I don't know.
So, okay. Well, cool it down. Let me look at that log because something ain't right. That is slow. We haven't been that slow in a long time.
I mean, ethanol is 61 and there's a hitch on it, but I don't think it would make
The
that much of a
hitch is not going to pull it down. We ran a 10.4 in Kansas.
Right. So I don't know if the ethanol makes that much of a difference, but
10%? I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let me look at it. Well, the wideband tells the story. This blue line right here is the wideband. That's extremely rich. So if we look, it dropped down to 0.62 lambda, which is very rich. 1.0 is where you want to be for stoichiometric ratio. Normally you'd want to be right about 0.82, 0.83. And if we look over here, it comes back up to where it should be. And then, so now I gotta try to figure out why. Went to the channels. Ethanol content's at 62.7%, which is less than we normally run it at. But when we go to where it was real rich, right here, with the 0.62, ethanol content, 47.8. So the E85 sensor had a heart attack. At first you don't succeed, try again. So we've got the exact same tune-up, same tire pressure, same everything in the car, and we're gonna hope that the E85 sensor does its job correctly this time. Or I could say the word correctly, one of the two. Well, better, but not quite. It's 10.40. I'm wondering if we did the same thing with the 85 sensor again, or I don't know, maybe she left her foot. It looked like a pretty solid launch, and I know she like kind of ran down that Camaro, but it looked like it died in the middle of the track. But we'll see what she says about it. What happened?
So the initial liftoff felt better.
Yeah.
I kept my foot in it. It didn't have anything funky like the last time where like the back end spun out. So I don't think it did what it did last time, but it just felt slow still. Like it felt smooth, but it didn't feel fast.
Yeah, it wasn't fast. What was your 60?
179.
Yeah, there's still something wrong. All right, back it in and we'll find out.
Okay.
All right, survey says 60% ethanol content, so we're down. Realistically, we're down 20% from where we run, but normally 70, 71 is going to be about all the power we're going to get. And she's rich because the density altitude is still at 3,000 feet. It was very hot today, so that's why we slowed down. So for this last pass, we're going to leave the tune-up, leave everything, and try to add tires. Tire pressure. So this ought to give us a good idea of where the car is going to run and where it should run. It might be a little faster because tomorrow we're going to drive the car around, get all the fuel out of it, and try to get the ethanol content up to like 72, 73. That you couldn't see because of nighttime and camera, but it's 10:36, so it's faster, and we've been getting faster all night. 10:6, 10:4, 10:3, but not as fast as we'd like to be. So with any luck, we'll get rid of the fuel that's in it, get higher ethanol content fuel back in there, and be able to go faster come the start of race week, which is going to be Sunday. So we'll see. We basically need to pick up 3/10 if we want to go 10-0 or, be competitive. Now, I didn't take the front seat out or the trailer hitch off, so that's about 160 pounds right there. So, I mean, that could be good enough for a 10th, but we'll see. Did it feel good?
It felt actually the best out of all three passes. Shifted definitely harder that run. The launch felt better than the other two for sure. 60 foot was a 154, so not where it should be, but way better than the other two.
Right.
666 8th mile, so
Yeah.
not bad for DA and all that stuff with little ethanol, and 1036 at 132.4.
Yeah, so we're still slow, but let me take a look at the computer and then we'll change your tires over and we'll get out of here.
Okay.
All right, so as you can see, we're back at the track. It's Saturday morning, night after test and tune. Just moved my truck over to a spot where we're going to basically start our pit journey tomorrow for race week 2.0, or just race week as it is now called. But Sharon's car was slow last night just because the ethanol content was low and we just couldn't do a whole lot about it. So we're going to spend the day today trying to run the gas out of the car and get brand new stuff before we start tomorrow. But that's going to do it for this video. Starting tomorrow, race week, day 1, which I feel like we've already done day 1 and 2, but race week day 1 officially starts tomorrow. So thanks for watching. We'll see you then.